have cut back on staff, I'd have thought the estate manager would have cut back on you, Blaze.
They're trying to put the boot polishing into my province now.
I can see that boots will be a come down from clocks.
I haven't got the elbow grease. Experience is what clocks take.
Cutting back on us all, Blades.
Yes.
I can manage on less as time goes on. Good morning, Angie, darling. I forgot to ask you at breakfast, that tartan's got nothing to do with us, has it?
It's the Royal Stewart, milady. Looks like something of a biscuit tin for export. But very nice.
I dare say you've got Scottish blood of your own.
I'm Northumbrian. Have I made another bloomer?
He's been told to do the boots after a lifetime of clocks. Now, don't upset yourself. It only tangles matters up.
One man to do nothing but wind clocks.
Yes, well, there are a lot of clocks here. 214, I've been told.
You grew up here and you don't know?
Well, I was only the youngest son, you see. It was Tony's father was always going to be the heir. I didn't know you had Northumbrian blood.
I feel like a brood mare. I don't even know what blood type I am.
No, not blood in that sense. Lineage. Not that it matters tuppence halfpenny.
I don't feel like the mistress of this place at all. The second mistress, of course.
You transform it. Sorry.
Why do you say that? Sorry, when you haven't done anything. Struggling with all those books when there's a full-time clock winder.
You'll be crying again in a minute.
No, I won't.
You know, not many women come down to breakfast. I'm glad you do. Tony was down here before you, but he was finished in a flash because he said he had some measuring up to do. Him, measuring.
What is Kedgeree, the name?
Kedgeree? That's, well, sounds Indian to me anyway. We'll look it up. No, I haven't got it on me. I suppose it comes from the days when England had countries that were hot.
I keep trying to put the heating up here. But then I keep being told the right temperature is 45 degrees for corridors and 55 degrees for living rooms. I keep being told that Tony's other countess...
Amanda, darling.
But Amanda didn't waste fuel.
She was fatter than you are. And fat keeps people warm. Doesn't matter, you know, about not having a clan. Would you give me a hand with that bird book? I think you look splendid. Where's your room? See, everything's sort of different here. Every time I come back, I haven't been able to get my bearings. Ever since Tony and Amanda split up. It's the first really sensible thing either of them ever did.
Tony says he likes my long legs. Has he ever said anything else about me?
Amanda's were certainly short. Very definitely short.
I'm not going to improve the breeding line importing long legs.
You should get out more.
You see, there isn't a chair in this place you can sit on. You see, they all belong to Marie Antoinette. There. Unperch my knee.
I unknotted that rope once, but I haven't got the nerve to sit down. Well, wouldn't the chair break with the two of us?
Oh, we're quite light. Come on. There. You don't take up much space, do you? You'd fit into a rabbit hutch. You know, when I was a small boy and lonely here, I used to sit in a rabbit hutch in the vegetable garden for the smallness of it. Now, a rabbit hutch has great resource at poor times. Also, I had a nice rabbit.
The lady's room is just ahead, if you're wanting to lie down.
Getting onto one's legs is more than meat. Not that I'm not enjoying myself here. I wonder if I can still do that thing. I wonder if I can still do... This is the way the gentlemen run. Well, the muscles in a calf are really nothing very much to write home about these days. But, Blaze, I must say you look awfully fit. Very fit. Would you like a story?
Mm.
Well, there was an IRA man once in prison, and he said to the governor, Could I send my mother my toes for Christmas?
I don't suppose there was anything against it in the regulations.
No, 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 no. And a little later you said to the governor, can I send my mother my left leg for her birthday?
I hadn't heard this one.
And next Christmas you said to the governor, can I send my mother my right leg for Christmas? And the governor said to him, I see, I know what you're doing. You're trying to escape.
Flight.
Well, of course, it's a very anti-English story, but we've had a pretty poor 300 years in Ireland.
Those stories you used to tell when you were a boy, we were planning to go to Ireland. Shall we go somewhere now? Shall we have an adventure?
I thought you weren't allowed to sit in that chair.
Any news?
No, the post doesn't come.
Well, sometimes people take a long time to read things, even important things.
Well, they shouldn't.
No. How's the holiday work?
Lousy.
Why ever did John Donne ever say, no man's an island?
John Donne was an ass.
What? Well, every Englishman's an island, of course, in a way. Seagulls everywhere here. Is that your room? It used to be mine. It's your workroom, is it? I take it you've got a secretary.
That's Farnley's. He's doing holiday work.
He's skinny. He might make a Cox if he took up rowing. If he liked rowing.
He's actually taking a correspondence course in how to earn a living as a writer. When the envelopes come, Tony thinks they're mail-order rubber aprons or something. They're the only times he's nice to him.
Who gave him the typewriter?
I did. Well, Christmas and birthday combined.
He told you, of course, about the writing. Well, I hope he sticks to it. It's a bit of a waste of time being a Cox, don't you think? Is he any good?
Yes.
You know, I really am having a nice time. I'll go and have a read. Now, you go and brush your hair, and I'll be in the library looking a few things up, see? I always like to try and get my bearings.
Come and lie beside me.
You're in the middle. I'll roll onto you without the usual bolster between us, won't I? Couldn't we get something done about the mattress? Or is it the springs? Could we go to bed?
Well, we're in bed. Now, in the morning. What are you doing?
I can't undo this button.
Keep your eye about 4 inches below that middle rose on the wallpaper.
I thought... Am I a nympho? Is that it?
Proper time for everything. I'm hanging a painting at the minute. The Gainsborough.
Oh, blast the Gainsborough.
Hasn't been in your family for 200 years. Is this the place?
Perfect.
Yeah. I wanted to get it the right height for when we're in bed. That'll be the top of the frame. Ah. What a splendid day.
Yeah.
There's Hilda on the terrace again, collecting the homing pigeons. Why on earth? Homing pigeons are not lost.
She thinks they won't get back without her.
It's like stopping on this terrace. So do I. Where'd she put them?
In the old sewing room upstairs with your grandmother's hats. She's worried they won't get back. She reads the addresses on their legs, puts them into shoe boxes and posts them from the station on her day off.
She'd tell you all that?
Yes.
She's been in the family for years. I'd never heard.
Probably takes a newcomer to catch on to something.
Oh, she must be bonkers.
One needs a way out. Blades now. Mine's about the boot suggestion.
He'll have to do as he's told.
I don't see why.
You're a bit down in the mouth, aren't you? Shall we have a baby?
That's what I thought you meant when you were lying on the bed, but then you didn't seem to.
Not now.
A baby needn't necessarily be part of it, need it? It isn't as if you haven't already got a son and heir. We could just stay here in bed. Couldn't we?
Well, I meant at night. When we've got the Gainsborough hung. Wouldn't that be the occasion?
Does one need an occasion? Could we hang it now, ourselves?
Couldn't the whole thing wait? What's the matter?
Yes, of course it can wait.
What's the matter, I said.
I expect it's this life. I'm not where I belong, am I?
Pull yourself together.
Did you know that Hilda's married to Blades? They're all on contract law. I hardly ever come in here. Makes you feel low, the darkness.
I used to come in here to escape when I was small. Because there was never anybody about except Blades, dusting, and he was always company. Didn't I hear some hammering just now?
Blades has just helped me to put up a painting.
My father used to put all the law books on the lower shelves when I was a small boy. Because he knew I used to come in here to get away from governesses. So he bought 45 yards of law books to try and stop me from playing truant. If I'd been any good at games, it would have made up for the governesses with him, but I wasn't. So I couldn't read the Hardy or the Galsworthy until I was 6. But I managed to get through the Decline and Fall of the Roman Empire when I was younger because it was at the bottom. Have you read it? I think you'd like it. The cream ones. 11 volumes. Right of Chitty on contract, no, between Chitty and Admiralty and Divorce. Admiralty and Divorce is a branch of the law.
Is that why you grew up to be a judge?
No, I was interested. I stopped because, I had so many books I wanted to read. Bird watching and racing my Arab stallion. But he died. But everything dies. The next lot of books up are on the Bible. I was an atheist.
An atheist at 6?
Are you and Tony happy?
At first. I suppose I didn't know I wouldn't fit in. Why are you reading standing up?
Well, it's rather small print.
There's a lamp over the couch.
It's only a 25-watt bulb, has been for years. My father was rather stingy. Wasn't much of a reader. I used to keep a 100-watt bulb in my sock drawer, and I used to smuggle it here. But it fused, and I hadn't got enough pocket money to pay for it, you see. My father used to tell me my mother doled out the pocket money, but she always forgot. Tell me, does Tony make you an allowance?
No. But he's not mean. He gave me the most beautiful red car for Christmas.
Did he?
Tied it up with yards of white ribbon. He said nobody else could make a nice bow. All these people and no one to make a bow.
Well, what do you do about getting your frocks and things?
Tony's got accounts everywhere. Even at the chemist.
You always smell nice. Ah, Blades. Now, who is that enormous envelope for? How splendid that I won't have to answer it.
Why not?
Oh, because nobody knows I'm staying here. That's the fun of it. I can come in here and read, unbeknownst.
I think it's something that might be urgent for Farnley.
He gets a lot of post for a little boy. I dare say he's taking a course in becoming Mr. Atlas like I did. Costs a lot of money. Your ladyship would know.
Do you think we could have a 100-watt bulb in here for the next time you go to the village? Could someone go this morning, even?
That'd be for Mr. Edward. He always had a 100-watt bulb in his pocket for in here, even as a lad.
You have a perfect right to tell someone to. You don't have to ask, although it's like you to. I expect I'd probably need a 150-watt bulb now, wouldn't I? Time tells.
Better eyes than yours have been worn out with all the bookwork you've done. But I've got a torch here you could be using, Master Edward.
Oh, thank you very much, Blaze. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, yes. Yes, it's spiffing.
That's the family tartan you're holding now, my lady. The housekeeper has the pattern. We could ask her to make you a jumper. New Year's Eve. Well, that's a piece of ill luck. 13 hours exactly till New Year comes in. Happy New Year all, as and when it comes.
This deserves a bottle of champagne.
Blades, could we have some champagne, please? 4 or 5? Well, you'll have some. There's something I want to tell Farnley's father. And perhaps some ginger beer to mix with it.
Might I suggest some Guinness instead? A black velvet for New Year's Eve.
Good news.
Lordship's lying down again to make sure about the games, perhaps.
I won a stamp collecting competition at school.
Have you really?
Congratulations, sir. Mind her ladyship's book.
Sorry, old girl, I didn't know you were there.
Blades, let's get Hilda. And a glass.
I think she's busy with her pigeons, my lady. Thank you.
Give that to me, sir! Give that to me, I said!
It's a school essay, Tony. He's won a prize. Let's all have a glass of champagne.
You're both lying. Uncle Edward, they're lying. Well, where's the prize in that case? I'm going riding.
I can't manage champagne bottles. Edward, are you used to them? Well done. You will have some.
No. I want fathers like this.
You were lying about the essay, weren't you?
Farnley's unhappy.
Darling girl, you were lying.
Not actually. It was a sort of school prize, a writing school prize. He won £25 for a story.
Well, why didn't you tell his father? No, I see why you didn't. Give him Tony.
The £25 is Farnley's pocket money. Tony doesn't give him any, and I haven't got anything to give him. I sold a bit of jewellery. But second-hand things never bring much, do they? I got £5. He sold his Dr. Dolittle books and his children's encyclopedia. We advertised. We had to be very careful not to be traceable.
But what on earth did he want the money for?
He told me it was for a flight fund. He said everyone needs a flight fund. He's got everything planned. He's going somewhere on his bicycle with a knapsack.
Happy New Year, sir.
And to you, Blades. This is for you, my dear. Happy New Year.
A Happy New Year, my lord. A Happy New Year, my lady.
Happy New Year,
So there's wealth, food, and warmth for the new year. I'm a bit on the chilly side. It's not coal we want nowadays, of course, it's oil. That Middle East. Worse than the Balkans when I was a little boy.
I'm going to turn in. Come in and let me know about Farnley.
Don't you want me to come with you? I thought you said couldn't it wait until the games was home. I did it.
Oh. I told the estate carpenter to do it.
Well, shall we have a read while you're waiting to hear about Farnley? Someone will ring. I used to do that sort of thing when I was a boy. Escaping.
I don't understand, Tony. There's a telephone in there. We could have taken any calls together.
Farnley's much more like you than him. He knows what he's doing.
Yes? Name? Oh, thank God. It was the drunken drivers on New Year's Eve I was worried about. Okay. 57030. Yes, I got it. Do you really think so? He showed me some, but of course I'm no writer, so I can't judge. Wish him luck with the play, and ask him if he wants me to drive over with his typewriter. Well, I gave him one for his birthday. The one he had before was like a treadle sewing machine. I must go and tell his father. Thank you so much. That was his writing school, his tutor. He's going to stay with her until the term starts. He wants to write a play while he's there.
Tony asleep? Come and sit down beside me. Snoring?
A bit. How could he? Oh, it's all right. I'm not crying this time. I don't like women crying. I'm sorry I did today. What a happy new year, all told. What a lucky thing we had you in the house.
Why?
You being tall and dark and staying here to be the first to cross the threshold.
Well, that's a North Country custom, isn't it? First footing on New Year's Eve.
My family's from near Newcastle. We don't like the South much. But Dad had to find work and I did modelling. My nose is never right, though.
One always finds things out late about the people one knows best. It's not too late, is it? You want to read? I could teach you the turkey trot.
Or we could go for a drive in my car.
Could we really?
Of course.
We could do anything. I wonder, do you think it's possible that you might marry me?
That's what I was thinking. Why not?
You don't hedge, do you? There's Tony.
No, there isn't Tony. Not in any way. I've had all this fitting in and shutting up.
I'm getting on a bit, you know. Still, you would make the most beautiful widow. Yves Saint Laurent would see us both out, wouldn't he? And Balenciaga's dead already.
Don't. Come for a drive.
Why not? Think of the fun we're going to have before I kick the bucket.